Hey there guys, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. This is my preview for Monday Night Football, Arsenal hosting at West Bromwich Albion. A game that I'm looking forward to. We go into this game on the back of that 1-0 win against Doncaster Rovers. Apologies that there was no coverage of that game, but my quick thoughts on it. It was a frustrating evening, to be honest. We should have had a lot more goals. We made it very difficult for ourselves at times, especially in that last 10 minutes. Doncaster put in a very good performance for a League One side coming to the Emirates against a very strong Arsenal side as well, I might add. They've done themselves proud. They can leave that game with their heads held high, and we should have done a lot better against a side that has been doing very poorly in their respective leagues. So disappointing from Arsenal. A good goal from Theo Walcott, brilliant pick out by Alexis Sanchez, and a very good finish from Theo. But again, Walcott had a great chance in this game to really put himself in the thoughts of Arsene Wenger's mind, and I don't think he did that in this game. Despite getting the goal, he didn't really impress too much. He had a great opportunity to score later on in the game, didn't take his chance there. Reiss Nelson being played at right wing back, it was quite frustrating from him. I wanted to see Reiss Nelson flourish. I was more than excited to see him get a start in an Arsenal shirt. Did some very good things at times, made some good dribbles, but you can tell that his natural instinct is to go forward, and playing as a wing back, you know, he's always going to be thinking about the defensive side of things as well. So for me, I think he'd be better in a 4-2-3-1, so maybe that's something we can do in the next round of the Cup against Norwich. But I think from Arsene Wenger's point of view, he wants to get every player playing in this 3-4-2-1. I'm still getting used to saying it myself, so I dread to think what's going through the mind of Arsene Wenger in a minute. So I think that he's going to try and adapt Reiss Nelson into playing as a wing-back, but for me, I'd be looking to play him higher up, possibly in one of the free roles behind the striker, so I want to see a bit more from him in that game against Norwich. Left wing-back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Yeah, I really like Maitland-Niles, but I think for me, he's more of a central midfielder. Playing centrally is where his game is going to be based, and for me, playing as a wing-back, again, wasted there. But Gunnar Blog made a great point in his video that Arsene Wenger, it's not the first time that he's played young players out on the flanks. Sometimes it can be a really good experience, but you don't want them to get to an age of 24, 25, and we're doing what we've done with Aaron Ramsey in the past and played him on the right hand side of the pitch. I don't want these players to be wasted, and I don't want someone like Maitland-Niles, who we're still kind of umming and ahhing about what his best position is for Arsenal. Is it as a winger? Is it a fullback? Is it a central midfielder? All very reminiscent of what Oxlade-Chamberlain was for us, and I think Maitland-Niles has got a great future at Arsenal ahead of him, but I don't want him to go the way of Oxlade-Chamberlain, where he hasn't cemented down a spot in the team. I think he's got to decide. I think the manager's got to decide. He did very well on loan at Ipswich, playing on the flank, so could that be his future position? But I don't think it's a wing-back for me. I don't think he's got that natural defensive knack to his game just yet, but he's still only 20 years old, got plenty of time to adapt, and I wish him all the best, because he is a player that definitely does excite me. Good to see Callum Chambers back in the team. Same for Rob Holdings. Shame to see Chambers go off with an injury, but I'm hoping it's just a precautionary thing, and he is going to be back after the international break. So yeah, positive outcome on the night, but I would have liked to have seen a few more goals from Arsenal. Frustrating, but pleased to go through. But on Monday night, different kettle of fish. We're back to the Premier League, and we're coming up against West Bromwich Albion. Now, first things first, will Jack Wilshere be in Arsenal's squad? That's the question that is definitely on my lips. After having such a revelation of a game against Doncaster, you could tell that he's a level above that kind of football. I sincerely hope that he's at least on the bench for the Premier League game on Monday, and I'm totally in Arsene Wenger's camp that we shouldn't rush him into a game of this intensity just yet. We shouldn't start him. I'm totally on board with that. But to at least see him get 20, 30 minutes in the Premier League is something I really want to see from Jack Wilshere. I want to see him back to his best. And I think the way we've managed him so far has been very good, if not a little frustrating at times. We do want to see a bit more of him. But he looked so good against Doncaster, looked so good against Cologne for the cameo he had there. I hope he gets a chance in the Premier League this Monday. Apart from that, I think the team pretty much picks itself. Petr Cech in goal, and in the back three of Mustafi, Koscielny and Monreal. I think that's going to be our strongest back three this season. Very experienced, very good ball playing centre halves as well. And yeah, I mean, that was so impressive against Chelsea. That for me is the back three that's got to remain this season. Right wing back Hector Bellerin, left wing back Sead Kolasinac, and the midfield two, Aaron Ramsey and Granit Xhaka. They performed very well against Chelsea, and I hope they're going to be more than capable at home to West Bromwich Albion. Again, it's discipline and getting to know each other. So for them two, I'm excited to see how they're going to develop. Apart from that mishap at Liverpool, I think we've got a very exciting partnership in the midfield there. Ahead of them, with Mesut Ozil still, I think he's still going to be out of this game. Arsene Wenger said that he's back in training, but will we see him thrown into the team? I'm not too sure we will. Alex Iwobi was perfectly good away from home against Chelsea. Didn't set the world alight, but was more than capable playing in the two behind the striker. So Iwobi and Alexis should be very capable at home. And then in front of them, he picks himself Alexandre Lacazette. Also a good shout for Olivier Giroud, still looking for his 100th goal, but Whether it's Lacazette or Olivier Giroud, I want to see Lacazette. I want to see him get more chances in Arsenal, add more goals to his ever-growing tally. That's a very strong team for me, a team that is very, very capable of beating this West Bromwich Albion side. A West Brom team that, in fairness to them, have done well this season. They've got a couple of wins together, 2 wins on the bounce to start their campaign, but then had a really disappointing 3-1 loss away from home at Brighton, a team that West Brom shouldn't be losing against. And also, we'll get a chance to see our ex-player in Kieran Gibbs. I'm hoping that he'll get a great reception at the Emirates Stadium after many years of good service to Arsenal Football Club. So I think we've got enough firepower to beat this West Bromwich Albion side, and I'm hoping for a convincing win from Arsenal. All the teams around us today in the Premier League have absolutely dominated their games and come away with a resounding victory, so it's important that we do the exact same on Monday night and beat this West Bromwich Albion team. It's also worth mentioning that Gareth Barry is now going to be the most capped Premier League player, so credit where it's due. He's been a very, very reliable servant to every single club that he's been at. Done very well in the Premier League, winning the League with Manchester City, starting his career at Aston Villa, and now he's finding himself at West Bromwich Albion. I mean, West Brom in the midfield, you've got to say they've got a very sturdy midfield situation. They had it last season when they had Fletcher. They've got rid of him and brought in an equally as experienced guy in Gareth Barry. So very determined team, very good midfield side. And they've looked a little bit better away from home this season, despite that 3-1 loss to Brighton. They did get a win away from home against Burnley, so they know how to break teams down. Tony Pulis, we know what to expect from him in this game, but on the flip side, Tony Pulis has lost every single game he's played in the Emirates Stadium, so that's one positive we can take, and hopefully that run won't come to an end on Monday night. I'm going for a 3-0 win to Arsenal. That'd be a perfect result in my eyes. Let me know your score prediction and your team lineups in the comments box below. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and as always, I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.